The perils that Mazzy Fentan faced at the side of Lilly Black did nothing to dissuade her thirst for adventure. In fact, it was not long after the events in Tethir that she formed the Fentan Knights, a stalwart band of heroes that spawned tales across the realms. They battled trolls to save endangered towns, turned back tides of orcs to preserve ancient forests, and faced a rogue dragon in its own lair just to make the world a better place. Their legend was larger than life, especially so for Mazzy, and it was said on occasion that if valor were inches, she'd be 20 feet tall. For all her risks, Mazzy eventually passed peacefully at a ripe old age, knowing she could take pride in everything she had done. Nalia grew quite powerful after her association with Lilly Black. Initially, she traveled, learning magical lore and making influential friends, but after a year, she returned to Imoen and her family home of Dairni's Keep. She found it in the control of none other than Isaiah Rowanall. But she was no longer the wayward child that he expected, and single-handedly brought him to justice for his indiscretions. She declared herself the inheritor of her father's ducal title, becoming a beloved ruler, respected archmage, and eventually earning a seat on the Omnish Council of Six itself. She would become a prominent figure in Om for many years, constantly fighting for the good of the common folk, and making many frustrated enemies among the nobility and cowled wizards both. No longer with Lilly Black, Viconia went on to found a cult dedicated to Shar in the city of Waterdeep. One of her followers betrayed her, however, prompting the slaughter of the whole tainted lot. Shar admonished Viconia strongly for this, but she was unrepentant and again wandered the realms. Viconia was still formidable and went on to prevent an attempt by the Knights of the Shield to take over Calimport, and even worked with Dris Duerden to save the elven city of Sultanessinor from a Zentarum plot. For this last act, the elves accepted her, and Queen Elisime bestowed the highest honors of the Seldarine, an accolade never before given to one of her dark kind. Viconia reportedly bowed once without emotion and then left. Her fate remains unknown. And what of Imoen, the eternal child? She had long stood in the shadow of Lilly Black, but she was her own person, and she would find her fate where she pleased. She returned to Candlekeep for a time, her formidable skill in magic granting a greater appreciation for its tomes. It was smaller than she remembered, however, and she did not stay long. Later, she was seen in such vaunted company as Kelvin Blackstaff and Elminster, by all accounts encouraging them to not be such stick-in-the-muds. Her influence grew over time, and she may have founded a thieves' guild that now operates all the way to Neverwinter. When asked of this, she always answered with a smile of purest innocence. "Hey, she would say, "it's just me, Imoen."